A very good morning, students. As we have started with the 10th standard science, so today we will begin with the new chapter. Successfully, we have completed with our previous chapter, that is metals and non-metals. Now let us switch on to another chapter of biology, that is our environment. So in this chapter we are going to learn about our environment, as the name itself tells you. What about our environment? As our activities are going on, we are polluting. Mainly, what is the main concept of this chapter is we are polluting our environment. So this pollution, nothing but indirectly, it will affect to our health, to our living system only, right? So to give you the knowledge about that, as well as how the living and non-living things are dependent on each other, how there is an interaction in the environment. To study all this, they have kept one of the chapter, that is our environment. As you know, students, this is one small chapter, but of course questions will come from this chapter exam point of view. So you can't neglect, you have to give equal importance how you will give the importance to other chapters. Okay? Yes. So let us begin with the chapter our environment. So if you consider the earth, mainly we are dividing it with the different spheres. Right? We are dividing with the different spheres. What spheres we are dividing, students? As the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. This all you have discussed in your previous year, right? So lithosphere, the solid earth's crust, whatever the things, the solid things we find, those we consider as the lithosphere. Water and its resources we will consider as the hydrosphere. And coming to the atmosphere, as the name says, the air. Different types of the gases we will consider as the atmosphere. Right? The living organisms which are dependent on lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. Right? So we have made one sphere, that is called as biosphere. That is called as the biosphere. So biosphere is the one where you find the living organisms which are all dependent on other three types of the spheres. It may be the atmosphere, hydrosphere, or maybe lithosphere. Okay, so let us concentrate on the biosphere, but biosphere is not without these three types, right? Because we require different types of gases, we require water, we require the substances which we will get in the earth's crust. So the biosphere is dependent on all these three. We will discuss biosphere. What is the meaning, students? We are going to discuss all the four types. Right? Okay. So because of all this, we are going to call the earth itself as one biosphere. So if you consider, mainly, let us discuss with the meaning of ecosystem first. Ecosystem. What is ecosystem? So ecosystem nothing but we find different living and non-living things. We find so many living and non-living things, living organisms and non-living things. Not only we find, students, there is an interaction. There is an interaction. What is this interaction? because we want oxygen for our respiration, basic thing. So we are dependent on the abiotic, we are dependent on the atmosphere. Food, we are all dependent on autotrophs. Autotrophs nothing but the green plants, right? How the green plants will manufacture their own food? They will prepare it depending on the water, depending on the different types of the gases, depending on the sunlight mainly, right? So what I want to say is, the meaning of interaction means we are all dependent on each other. Living things are dependent on non-living, non-living things are dependent on living. So that is the meaning we'll consider as the interaction. So interaction between living and the non-living. Living and non-living. What do you mean by living, students? Living organisms are also called as biotic. So you have to use the word. There is an interaction between biotic and called as abiotic. Right, students? So there is an interaction in the ecosystem between biotic and abiotic. Biotic nothing but living, abiotic nothing but the non-living. So there is an interaction between living and non-living that we are going to call as the ecosystem. Right? Easily, how can you define the ecosystem? Take down. Interaction between biotic and abiotic in the nature is called ecosystem. Is called ecosystem. Next one, students. Components of ecosystem. Next heading. Components of ecosystem. Components. Components of ecosystem are biotic components and abiotic components. Right? So, which are all the components of ecosystem means the ecosystem is having the two components. It is made up of, what you can say ecosystem? Ecosystem nothing but the combination of living and non-living. So these are the two components of ecosystem. What example I can give for biotic ecosystem, students? All living organisms comes. It may be the plants, it may be the animals, it may be the microbes, right? So all together, yes, all together we can say as the biotic components. Which are all abiotic components? It may be the water, it may be the air, right? It may be the earth's crust, whatever the solid things you find, nothing but these are all comes under the abiotic components. Biosphere is the one having the biotic. There is an interaction between all these, so that is called as, defined as ecosystem. Right, students? Take down. Next concept, types of ecosystem. The next one, types of ecosystem. Don't get confused with the components and types. Components are biotic and abiotic. Types of ecosystem are, the first one, natural ecosystem and the artificial ecosystem. As the names only helps you to understand, students, natural ecosystem means in the nature what you find. Take the example of the forest area. What happens in the forest? It is the natural one, where you find the plenty of plants and animals, right? So they are interacting with each other. Plants and animals are talking to biotic components. And there is an interaction between these biotic components that is water, air, soil, so many things are there. So can we call it as an ecosystem? Yes, when you can call ecosystem, students, there should be an interaction between biotic and abiotic. So that we find in the nature naturally. So those are called as the natural ecosystem. Example like forest. Right, even with the desert area, so many in the nature. What you find the interaction, those are called as the natural ecosystem. Coming to the artificial, you are going to grow, you are making your own garden. Okay, so garden means what happened there? So many plants are there. The plants are preparing the food by taking the biotic components. So many types of the flies will come there. It may be the butterfly, it may be some types of the insects. Right? So again you find there is an interaction between biotic and abiotic, but which you have created. Right? So naturally, if it is the natural one, if you have created, that is called as artificial ecosystem. So what example I can give, students? Like garden, aquarium, correct? Ponds, so pools, what happens? River, ponds and all, that comes under the natural one, because what happens in the ponds? You find the water, so many aquatic animals, aquatic plants, which is the natural one. So that comes under natural ecosystem. Aquarium, what happens? You are preparing one ecosystem, you are taking few types of the fishes, you are providing the, it will take the oxygen like that. So artificial one are called as, no, what you have prepared one are called as the artificial ecosystem. And so these two comes under the types of ecosystem. Right, students? Take down. Right from this chapter I am telling you, there is an interaction between biotic and abiotic. Right? So let us study how is that interaction. Let me take the example of the grass. Okay? Let me take the example of the grass. Now you can see, no? Fine. What happened with the grass? Grass, autotrophic. It comes under autotrophs. Already you know the meaning of autotrophs. The organisms which can prepare their own food are called as the autotrophs. Right? How can it prepare its own food? With the help of the main thing is solar energy. Right? In presence of, how you are defining photosynthesis? You are telling in presence of sunlight. Correct? So with the sunlight, with the solar energy, the grasses can prepare their own food. Fine. So whatever they have prepared, they will utilize one thing. Along with that, these are eaten by the which organisms? Heterotrophs. These are eaten by the heterotrophs. Why? Because heterotrophs cannot prepare their own food. Directly or indirectly, they are dependent on the autotrophs. If you make again the category in the heterotrophs, right? The grasses directly are eaten by the herbivores. Then herbivores are eaten by the carnivores. Correct? Then both the categories are decomposed with the help of decomposers. Like this the journey will go on. Grasses will prepare the food that is taken by the herbivores. Herbivores are eaten by the carnivores. Carnivores are, both herbivores and carnivores are decomposed with the help of the decomposers. That is what here we have written, autotrophs to heterotrophs. There is a transfer of energy. So what is this called, students? Transfer of energy from one topic, one organism to another organism. What it is called? Is it like a child? Carnivores directly will not feed on the other grass. It will feed on rabbit, means some of the herbivore. So what we can say, it is just like a chime. The chime, what is transferring? Energy is transferring from one level to another level. So this is called as the food chime. This is called food chime. Right, students? So let me explain food chime with one example. So let us study the food chime in detail with an example, students. Let me take the example of the grass. Students, here you can write the grass, plant, tree. Totally it should be a autotroph. Okay. So let me take the grass, which is a autotroph. For example, the grass is eaten by what we will take. Shall we take rat? Okay. Grass is eaten by the rat. Grass in the sense the grains and all whatever it is. So rat is eaten by the snake. Snake is eaten by the eagle. Okay. So these are all heterotrophs, and this is the autotroph. So this autotroph is at the first level. First, this is the base. So it is called as trophic level 1. This is called trophic level 1. Okay, so autotrophs always comes under the trophic level 1. And imagine there is no trophic level 1. Do you find the survival chances of other organisms? It's very less, because there is a transfer of energy from autotrophs to heterotrophs step by step. Right? Okay. The rat and all called as trophic level 2. Snake, trophic level 3, and eagle comes under trophic level 4. Right, students? First trophic level is occupied by autotrophs. The next one is called producers. These are called producers. They will prepare the food, so called as the producers. Okay? Other all are heterotrophs as well as consumers. Heterotrophs and consumers. So rat comes under primary consumer. It is called as primary consumer because it is going to feed on the grass. It is trophic level 2 is the primary consumers. Trophic level 3 is secondary consumers. Secondary consumers. And trophic level 4 is called tertiary consumers. These are called tertiary consumers. Take down, students. So how can I generalize this? Producer. Okay. Next up, primary consumer. Next up, secondary, and tertiary. If next one is there, that is called quaternary. So like this, it will continue. So what is food chain, students? Flow of energy from one trophic level to another trophic level is called as the food chain. Right? So you can write different examples under the instead of rat, snake and all. You can write the grasses are eaten up by the rabbit. Rabbit is eaten by the tiger. Something you can write. Right? So this is about our environment and about the food chain. Hope you are understanding, students. Next class we will continue. Take down today's home assignment. Give 5 examples for food chime. Give 5 examples for food chime. Second one, define the term food chime and ecosystem. Food chain and the ecosystem. Okay, students, remaining we will continue in our next class. Thank you.